Hollywood, we can't even have an action hero. And you know, it's like when they made the movie Rocky, to me, Rocky was like the great white hope. It's like in the boxing world, there hasn't been a heavyweight champion since Rocky Marciano. But in Hollywood, they created Rocky. All of a sudden, he was bigger than Muhammad Ali. It's like you ask a little kid, who's the greatest fighter in the world? Who's the greatest boxer in the world? Rocky. Rocky? Hollywood made Rocky, you know. So to me, Rocky was the great white hope. So Carl Weathers, who played the other part, Apollo Creed was his name, right? He was like Muhammad Ali. So Rocky came along and tried to destroy this whole thing about Muhammad Ali. Now he's the greatest fighter in the world, but they couldn't create this. They couldn't get that image in the real ring. They don't even have a great white hope. So they created it in Hollywood. They created Rocky, as far as
taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Most of us blacks, or Negroes as he called us, really thought we were free without being aware that in our subconscious, all those chains we thought had been struck off were still there. And there were many ways where what really motivated us was our desire to be loved by the white man. Malcolm meant to lance that sense of inferiority. He knew it would be painful. He knew that people could kill you because of it, but he dared to take that risk.
He was saying something over and above that of any other leader of that day. While the other leaders were begging for entry into the house of their oppressor, he was telling you to build your own house.
Yo. Sorry about that. Little technical thing, because we be running in trying to get it done. Excuse the angles and all that. It's Thursday night. Welcome back to the No PC Show. Tonight's show is called the Response. And basically we're talking about responding back to our boy Jesse Smollett, out here crying wolf, the boy that cries wolf. And they're saying he did it for publicity, to get more money on the show and to boost his ratings. I don't know how it would do those things for him, or what he's smoking that would have made him perpetrate an act such as what we're looking at here. My thing is, everybody wants to jump down his throat and whatever like that. I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to actually look at this from a different angle, because I think he's got some things going on with him that world of Hollywood does to you, and some people can handle it better than other people. And, we can start with the people that are around him that especially the people that helped him. This sound like a good idea to anyone, to the brothers or whatever that helped him pull this off. But then I'm so amazed by other people, let's skip Jesse for a minute. And his crime, and someone brought up an interesting point today. They're like, yeah, so he got arrested for filing a false police report. But what happened to all those people that filed those reports last year on while we were being black, in a hotel while black, barbecuing while black, shopping while black? All these incidents where these white people called out to the police department trying to file reports, nothing happened to them. We're not excusing Jesse. It's obviously something going on with this dude. I don't know. I wish I could talk to him personally and find out what's the nonsense, especially when you put the noose on. You went to a whole different level during Black History Month, which I don't really care about Black History Month because you should be living the Black History life. But there was Jesse. I guess he got all the publicity he wants now because he was on talk shows and all other types of things. Now you got something that you can really deal with. Does he need to go to jail? No. But he may need to do some community service or something like that, to have some type of atonement. But we got so many other people now. Let's call for and these are black people. I think there's a site, I can't get it because it looks like they got some type of virus or someone that's at my virus software is saying, no, don't mess with this site. But they are having a press conference to call for Jesse to be fired. Okay. Why would they fire him? Hollywood lies to you every day. You got a president sitting in the White House that's telling way bigger lies. And that's what kills me about black people. Let's jump on this little situation here. This was a disrespect to all of us. Well, okay, it was disrespect to you because I really didn't give a damn. But all the people, the black people, well, you need to fire him, Lee Daniels. And Lee Daniels is the last person to talk. The shit he be into in Hollywood. The nonsense he's perpetrated against Monique and Dame Dash and others in Hollywood. Please, miss me with that. He should keep his job and do some community service and come out and be made to, stand up and apologize, not to white folks, but to black folks. That was some bullshit, Jesse. It is what it is. Whatever you're going through, apologize to your people. Keep it moving. Because we got people like Superintendent Eddie Johnson, who I know, I saw the press conference today, and he had a lot to say, but this is the same Negro that has never seen any racism in the police department. The same one who tried to, he tries to straddle the fence a lot, and he was all out there on the expressway when they blocked down the expressway, protesting his ass in his department, and he wants to show some solidarity and lock arms with the people. And I was just pissed off with the people. No, why are you locking arms with this dude when he's part of the system? So I don't let system people jump on situations. Yeah, the amazing part is the resources that were wasted on this. And that's what we're talking about today, because your irresponsibility, Jesse, took a lot of manpower, but it only highlighted the situation of 24 detectives, 50 search warrants were issued, all these man hours, FBI, all this went into investigating a possible hate crime against a celebrity. You got murders all throughout Chicago, and you put one detective on it, two if you're lucky, and they don't come up with nothing for years. We're still not, don't jump on the Jesse thing when we just watched 3 police officers get off for falsifying reports, Eddie Johnson. We just saw another man who committed a crime and shot a young man to death, received 6.5 years because the judge in the case, I'm not even going to count those 16 shots. We'll just sentence them on this. So all you people that's got a whole lot to say about Jussie Smollett, no, check yourself. Look back at yourself. Because I'm having a real problem listening to you. Like I said, we're not saying Jesse's right. Jesse's wrong. Jesse's wrong. And he ain't got to apologize to the white folks. But you got the white folks saying, well, Roseanne Barr got fired for making racial slurs. Yeah. And that wasn't the first time she made racial slurs. But guess what happened? They just got rid of her, and then they just renamed the show The Conners. Then they wanted to bring light to the opioid crisis. When it was the crack crisis, all the black people got sent to jail. You motherfuckers is criminals. Now it's an opioid crisis. Let's switch this. Let's change the story and highlight it and the need for Narcan to stop the reaction of the drugs of all the mostly white people coming in. The world is crazy. You're not going to distract me with this boy and his nonsense and what he did, and compare it to the racist society that we find ourselves in, and the rules that only seem to reflect the ideas and ideology of white people. Well, if Roseanne get fired, that's one. Just like we had a black president, that's 1 out of 45. And we even had Kamala Harris. Let me see if I can find this article, because she's another one. She tries to play all this black card stuff, and she's full of it too. But now that she's running for president, I guess she had to put her words in it. And she's not black, she's Indian and something else. But she won't tell you about all the legislation that she supported for locking black people up. She won't talk about that. But she can say, I am sad, frustrated, and disappointed about the Jussie Smollett case. She don't give a damn about Jussie Smollett. All these people now are going to want to pick it up and make it a political football because it became a national story. Only thing I can say is coming out of it is it's going to highlight the nonsense that goes on throughout the world on a daily basis, and the people that would take advantage of a situation to further their own political gains or try to get some brownie points. Eddie Johnson, he can't say nothing. Eddie Johnson, you can't say nothing. Period. The Empire producers, they're like, they might consider suspending Jussie, but I mean they're basically through taping the show or almost through taping the show for this year. I'm sure nobody from the show is going to come out and speak against it. But when you're in the public eye and you do some nonsense, Jussie, it's gonna be magnified. And he's from a family of Journey Smollett is his sister. She's been out for a while. She was a little kid on Martin and grew up, and she's in Great Debaters and the Temptations, not that Temptations, but the Tyler Perry Temptation movie, and a whole bunch of other stuff. He's got a couple other siblings. I think they have some restaurant businesses and other things. Their father died like 4 years ago of cancer. And the biggest question for me is, why? You on top of your stuff, at the top of your thing. Why put some nonsense in your life? That's how it happens. We gonna give Jussie a little break now. We're gonna talk about y'all favorite girl, Wendy Williams, who has announced that she's coming back on Monday. And out here with this lie. Not a lie. I'm battling Graves' disease. No, you not battling Graves' disease. Your life has been exposed like you sit around and expose other people's lives all the time. Talking crap about everybody else. Your chickens have come home to roost. It's all out there. Your husband's beating on you, having a baby with someone else, spending money over here. Be a woman. Come to your show and expose yourself. I have a ton of respect for you, Wendy. Let's go ahead and be you. Do you, Wendy. But you know, we gonna forgive Wendy, and we gonna forgive all our stars, and that's just where we're at. And people can get mad. They can forgive whoever they want to forgive on their side. But then they tell you, no, but you're an honorable black man. You should not stand for this. I was on Facebook, and my niece asked a question. She said, well, how can you tell a real man? And I responded back to her. I said, to be a real man, it starts with responsibility. Because being irresponsible is a catalyst for a lot of things that happen in your life. So a man has to be responsible to himself, to his family, and to his God. And then you build on top of that. Everything else is bull crap. So we have a lot of irresponsible actions, like Jussie just did was an irresponsible act. It's kind of like screaming fire and there's no fire. Then there becomes a whole big fallout. The same thing as in your life and who you're dealing with and associating with and around. I'm seeing just a lot of young people that their ideas are a little skewed as they're trying to grow in life, and I put a lot of that on us, that we are going to have to be a little more interactive. I talk to a lot of young people throughout the day at my business. Some people come in and they just want to have a conversation, and we talk. And I'm a part of this group called Black Fathers on Facebook, and a lot of times fathers will ask for ideas on situations they're dealing with their kids. And there was one father, and he posted that he had four sons, and 3 of them seem to be doing good, but one just wants to be out of control and disrespect the teachers and disrespect the wife and disrespect the household. And that's my first thing. Well, how's he getting away with all this? especially when he said he's 8 years old. That's a respect thing. Is people tripping? You don't get to disrespect my wife, this house, or a teacher. Well, you know, the discipline didn't work, taking this away, taking this away. There's an old saying that says some people just need a good ass whooping. Our kids grew up in a different way than we grew up. Our parents didn't play that crap with us. You are going to be respectful in this household. But then they grew up. I'm talking to a young lady today, and she's like, she was kind of upset with her grandmother. She said she was going to watch the show tonight. I don't know if she's going to watch it or not. But I kind of posed it to her this way. I said, our grandparents went through a lot and laid a lot of groundwork with us, and we as black people are the only people that really don't hold our elders in high esteem. In other cultures, it is, you are looked upon very badly if you do not take care of your grandparents or your parents and treat them with reverence. So I told her, even if your grandparent is wrong, just go on with it. Say, oh, okay, grandma. And then go live your life. It's an internal self-discipline that you have to develop. And this will make your life easy. I don't know who's around Jesse. Obviously not the right people. If a friend of mine came and told me some outrageous, crazy stuff, I'd be like, have you lost your damn mind? I'm not about to be part of your bull. Actually, I'm about to call in on you, Jesse. It's crazy. Then people they want you to medicate your kids, and there was another question in the black group, and they were like, well, what if your kid's depressed? I'm like, depression who? They ain't no 6 and 7, 8-year-olds depressed. I guess there was a story about a young girl, I think she was 9 or 10, who committed suicide because of being bullied at school. Then they said, well, maybe she was depressed about this being bullied. No, I don't know if she was depressed about being bullied. She might have been depressed because the parents weren't saying, the next motherfucker that say something crazy out of line to you in this little environment we put you in, bust them in their damn head. Get that off your chest. Express yourself, be who you gonna be. They put your kids on these medications. They say, well, they ADT and all this other type of stuff. No, you should not be introducing to drugs to kids at young ages. It causes all types of stuff with their hormones as they grow. And then they become these dysfunctional teenagers, dysfunctional adults. And it's irresponsible. I don't know what Jesse is taking. I don't know if he's taking medication for this or whatever he's taking. It sounds like a cry for attention for something that's not going on right in his life. But again, we're not making excuses for Jesse. We calling Jesse out. And I don't want Jesse apologizing to white folks. I think he should apologize to black folks. It's Black History Month. Get your apology together. Jesse, go on TV and stand and say, brothers and sisters, I fucked up. Apologize. I don't know what I was thinking. Please forgive me, and we will forgive Jesse and go on and watch Empire. But what I don't want to see is Jesse standing in front of a whole bunch of white folks with that speech. We'll wait on their apology. Let's wait on your apology for all the crap that we sit up and listen to with all your white commentators, Megyn Kelly and Rush Limbaugh and Hannity and all the nonsense that gets spewed to us on a daily basis, full of lies. I saw Hannity one day. This dude even had the nerve to call a doctor. He was really insulting to this black doctor. I think he was like, "No, you're a ball player. You're not a real doctor. What type of bull crap is this?" We got to start dealing. Our response to things has to be different, and it's got to be a more uplifting thing for our brothers and sisters. Instead of let's jump on the bandwagon, like he's got to get fired. He's embarrassed us. He ain't embarrassed you. You don't even know the man. How's you embarrassed? Am I embarrassed? Cause it's a whole lot of more things I can find to be embarrassed about than what Jesse then went out here and did. I don't know what to tell you. Just like people got mad when I wouldn't condemn Bill Cosby. No, I didn't condemn him because a lot of you people were around him, participating and helping him in these situations, if these situations were true, including Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Mansion, where some of these people said this activity happened. I've just gotten to the point of I'm just not going to be bashing, where we here at the No PC Show are not going to be bashing black folks. Let's say just do some real extra horrendous shit. And not saying what Bill did wasn't horrendous. I just read 45 depositions, and about 26 of them immediately went out the window. And then some of the other ones were unbelievable, but you said, okay, this could happen. In that case with the young lady that they finally caught him on, when you paying Bill back that $4 million that he ran down to you? Because it seemed like you ran out of money, and he said that was enough, and then you get to turn around. First of all, the judge gets to unseal records. Then you get to turn around, spend the $4 million, and then get another come up. Just like Tiger Woods' wife. Signed a prenup for $10 million, and I blame Tiger. Whatever she had on Tiger, he turns around and gives her $100 million. White people always moving up with they lies and deceits. They always find a way to ball out. So until I get to stop looking at white folks and their behavior and the lies they tell and the shit they pull, Megyn Kelly with the black face. Yeah, she got fired, but she got $32 million on top of getting fired. And then she was on TV a few weeks ago, said she got another show coming up. Ain't no discipline. Let's change our response. Every time they tell us how we should respond in opposite way. Let's aggravate a few people. Let's aggravate a few of the white folks in America. We got a few seconds left in the show. If you want to call in, 872-267-2552. I was going to do a different show, but then Jesse got arrested, $100,000 bond. He paid $10,000. He had a big, gigantic black dude in front of him as a bodyguard. They worked their way through the crowd. He pleaded not guilty to the charges. You know, I'm just concerned with all the manpower that y'all this. Eddie, they tracked these brothers from the crime scene. Look like I don't know, look like I fell off. They tracked them from the crime scene where they got them buying the stuff, got the apartment, got the search warrants, went to the airport. All this with the help of the FBI. It was incredible. And within a couple of weeks, bam, solved the whole case. Just a couple of weeks, solved the whole thing. Put that same type of manpower into what's really ailing the black community. And it's not Jesse out here in these streets acting the damn fool in Chicago. It's Eddie Johnson the corrupt politicians, and everything else that goes on around us, because we so easily distracted. Love, peace. So we out of here.
Step out of the car.
No, you don't have the right.
Step out of the car.
Do not have the right to do that.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove
I
you.
refuse to talk to you other than to identify myself.
Step
Now if your woman ain't no revolutionary, she'll persuade you to be a fucking slave for the rest of your days. She'll be grooming you on how to behave, teaching you how to coon and buck dance so that you can be safe. If that brother ain't no rider, soldier, no provider, molder of young minds, check it out, you got yourself a bitch. Think about the time that you invested in him. If he's wearing them skinny jeans, you a lesbian. For every 100 black women who ain't locked up, it's only 83 black men remain. Take away 1.5 million black men who might have benefited their women and their children. You don't know a war when it's waged against you, when it makes you drive your baby mama to the clinic just to kill your own. Ain't no legacy to leave behind, cause ain't nobody sitting on your throne. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Sandra Bland was a rider. She wouldn't have committed suicide, and you a motherfucking liar. It would not be wise to stop when you hear sirens and you see the police behind you, but you don't wanna die. They gon' shoot you if you run. They gon' say that you was going for the police gun. That's why they shot you like 120 times, but you was still coming, so they put another bullet in your lung. Them devils got you praying while they murder, because they know you on that bullshit. They steady with them bull clips and body armor. They kill your women in the street, cause they figure you too weak to do anything about it. You some shit, getting fucked in your sleep. They poison you every time you brush your teeth. You don't care, you behave like a slave. A bitch from the cradle to the grave, on your knees with your hands out, begging cause you wanna be motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga. Fuck that. Freedom or death, nigga.
If you just listen,
Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga.
you were getting a warning. Until now, you're going to jail.
I'm getting it for what?